Hey, it's Lars Hauwert here and welcome to today's video. So as you can see from the title already, how did we do $60,000 in one day? And it's actually not even a rare occurrence. So it's not clickbait, it's actually true. I'll just right away show you these results in Shopify. So as you can see here throughout the day, this was yesterday, 60K, actually gross sales 65K. Also going to refresh the page here. Yeah, this has actually happened, and I'm going to take you through this process, how you can do this for yourself as well. So if you don't know who I am yet, I'm Lars. I've grown my own e-commerce store, Nancy Home Store, to around $9 million in sales. And now I'm helping other e-commerce entrepreneurs to essentially do the same thing. So without any further ado, let's dive right in. So I'm inside the ad accounts of this brand here. So you might be wondering like which ad types do you actually run to achieve these numbers? So the answer is we run both Google and Meta ads, so Facebook and Instagram ads. And as you can see here on Google, this is the main revenue driver generally. So as you can see here, there was $1,600 spent and 22,000 in revenue generated. And for Facebook, it's $600 spent with a revenue of 24,000. Now it's of course what's tracked. There's always a part that is like untracked and it just came through, but it's not directly tied or attributed to the ads. But basically the main strategy that we utilize is first starting out with Google shopping ads, which are highly targeted ads of very qualified people, because these ads, show basically already the price and the product picture inside Google. And the key to making these shopping ads work amazingly well is to add tons of negative keywords to your campaigns. So on a daily basis, you should be going through your Google shopping ad and exclude all the negative, irrelevant keywords from the campaign, because if you don't, then you're basically already throwing like 50% or more of your results away, because you're paying for a lot of unqualified traffic, a lot of search terms that people are using to not even search for your specific product. So if you keep showing up for these search terms, you're not going to convert those people, but you keep paying for the clicks, right? So be sure when you set up a shopping ad to add like negative keywords on a daily basis. You can use the help of ChatGPT. Even with this, you can make an export of all the search terms. You can send ChatGPT like your website link, and then from there tell ChatGPT to exclude all the keywords that are not relevant to your business. But I would always still manually go through these negative keywords afterwards, because if you don't, then you might just exclude a lot of relevant keywords as well. One thing to know when it comes to negative keywords is that you should generally do an exact match exclusion. You use like the two brackets for this, which means that essentially only this exact search term is going to be excluded. Because if you, let's say you're selling bikes and you want to exclude used bike, then you should exact match exclude used bike. If you do used bike without the brackets, then you'll be also excluding bike, which we don't want, of course. Then everything that contains the word bike is going to get excluded, which we of course don't want if we're selling bikes. So that's a very important point. Then one other very important thing when it comes to ads is the tracking. I would say those are the two most important when it comes to Google ads. You have the negative keywords, and then to set up your tracking from the get-go. And you have to do this with Google Tag Manager in Google Ads case, because for some reason Google Ads itself, the tracking is not great. If you use like a Shopify app for it, if you're on Shopify, or if you're using a different platform, then if you're using an app for it, like for some reason it's never as accurate as the actual tag manager setup. So be sure to set this up yourself if you can, or find a skilled person on Upwork, for example, to set up this tracking for you. It'll pay you off in the long term a ton, because if it's not set up properly, you're not able to optimize your campaigns, right? So it's absolutely crucial. So then we have Facebook ads as well. For Facebook ads, you can actually, for the tracking part, you can use the Facebook and Instagram Shopify app if you're on Shopify. And for WooCommerce or other platforms, if you're on those, there are similar apps out there. So when it comes to Facebook ads, you have to set up your pixel as well as your conversion API, but both of these can be done quite easily through these apps. Now, as you can see for Facebook, the ROAS is pretty crazy, and you might be wondering, why don't you only run Facebook ads? But the key here is, as you can see, the retargeting campaign has a ROAS of like 280. So that campaign is of course not only retargeting Facebook ads traffic, but also Google ads traffic. So basically we run a combination of Google and Facebook because the Google data also feeds back into the Facebook ads campaign. So that's why the ROAS is just that ridiculous. As you can see, for the whole day, for all the campaigns combined, the ROAS was 39. So yeah, that's the way we run it. We have a top of funnel prospecting campaign. In this case, we have two. And then we have a bottom of funnel retargeting campaign. So for the top of funnel campaign, we want to focus on the value of your product. We want to display nice videos, static image ads, basically getting people hooked, getting them interested, getting them to click on the button to go to your website. And then the bottom of funnel retargeting campaign we use to create more comfort. So we show testimonials, reviews, maybe some other specs about a specific product that they checked, maybe some extra discounts that we will promote in the retargeting to get them over the edge, still get them to buy. And yeah, as you can see, it like this client is reaping the rewards of it because they're doing amazingly well. I think in total this month we can check what it has done. 16 ROAS overall. So they spent 11 grand and they got back 184 grand in sales. With Google this month so far, they spent 44 grand and got back 324 grand. Now again, this is only the tracked number. As you could already see in Shopify, the actual numbers are higher. But yeah, this client is definitely making solid money out of this. So I'm very glad we can help them with this. So yeah, that's basically it. That's how we do what we do. If you have any specific questions about this strategy, feel free to drop them in the comments below. I read all the comments myself, so I will get back to you. And link in the description, by the way. I don't really care if you click it or not, but it just shows a bit about how we do what we do for our clients. I just hope you got a lot of value out of this video, but just letting you know that there's a link there. So if you're interested, feel free to check it out. So I hope this all made sense. Again, if you have questions, leave a comment or shoot me a DM on Instagram and I'll get back to you. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for your attention. Bye-bye.